you tell us a little about your current job and what a typical day looks like for you?
Okay. I am basically a managing consultant where you can say to be relate with others. It is pretty much a architect role. So where I have to lead a team of, because I am into IBM software labs, so we don't have a 20, 30, 50 members of team. So I have a small team of five, but that's pretty much enough for a team to lead. So my everyday looks like starting with a morning stand-up call, and then look at the work on hand, and then assign it, and then throughout the day guide the team members wherever they have doubt, and help them to come up with solutions. I do designing as well. Being an architect, that is my primary role, of course. And then towards the end of the day, there will be a on-site, onshore, offshore handshake call where we transfer whatever we have done, and if there are any requirements from the client perspective from on-site that needs to be gathered, that we do. And then by the end of the day, when everybody logs up, I prepare for my next day, what to be done. That is pretty much very important to for the next day to start with. So yeah, that's how a typical day looks like.
I mean, wow, even on the, day itself, you prepare for tomorrow's things, right? To line up. Wow, that's a great thing. What do you think? How important is collaboration and teamwork in your role particularly?
Very much. Actually, when you have a small team to lead, everybody reaches out to you. In a larger team, you will have, let's say, 20 team, you will have four team members where people will look forward to. If one is not available, or he doesn't know the answer, then maybe you can look forward to other members or try to utilize. But in this case, small team, dependency increases on the architect, and everybody looks forward to you, and the design that you do, that has to be very thorough. So what generally the architects who are leading the small team, what they do, they collaborate with other architects, because that is very important. Sometimes we cannot know everything, right? Nobody is born with all the knowledge, right? And we gradually grow learning each day, and every week and every month. So the collaboration is a must, be it a software engineer, be it a senior software engineer, or a lead, even a manager. They need to collaborate, because every member in the team is different. Everybody brings something new to the team. Somebody may work very fast, somebody may work a little slow, but thoroughly, right? I always generally casually say to my counterparts, managers or architects, if you have 11 Tendulkars in a team, your team can never win. So you will have 11 different able persons in our team. So the magic is how you can motivate them to take the best out of them. That is important.
I totally agree. You should have multiple people and they, bring some, different qualities and they have some strength as well. Correctly. There have been any mentors or role models who have influenced your career journey?
Definitely. Without a mentor, I think first 5 years, people have a very high on energy, and they are like, I can conquer the world and everything. First 5 years, even if managers keep telling us that go for a mentor, go for a mentor, nobody chooses actually. Even I didn't do, to be frank. So past 5 years, I would say, yeah, enjoy your career, enjoy your learning phase, enjoy that bachelorhood, and enjoy whatever you want to do. But after 5 years, if you really want to grow in your career, grow in your position, grow in your company, you definitely have to look for a mentor. Because in my book also, I gave this hypothesis, like, you are the average of the five people that you mingle with. So if you are taking coffee with the five software engineers, then obviously your mindset will become like a software engineer. But if you are taking coffee with five architects, yeah, it may not happen always, but people don't even try to do that. That is the problem. So if you cannot go beyond your current role, then shifting to that role will be a automatic process. It will be gradual. The way software companies work, you will work in the line of them. You cannot go beyond that, or you cannot break that barrier and go to the next position. Yes, I have multiple mentors in my previous company. My manager itself was a great mentor to me, and he was a inspirational character. Can I say a story about my previous experience?
Please, please, please.
Okay. So this is, I would never forget in the whole of my life. What happened, I can name them actually. So what happened, I was doing that BSNL 3G implementation. Now we are into 5G, so you can imagine it was some 15 years back story, right? That time BSNL 3G implementation was going on, and I went to the client's place to do the deployment, right? Deployment of our code. So when I reached there, the downtime that we are given generally at the night, 10 p.m. to morning time that we were given. So I was the person who had to install, deploy, and bring the servers back, so that next day morning, when the servers are live, the orders can flow through. So what happened, the installation was very simple. Being a subject matter expert, I did it easily, but after that the servers never came up. Time went by and it got escalated. The other company people called my manager at night at 2 a.m. and asked, he's unable to fix this, what should we do, do you think somebody else can help and all. I remember this one line which I told you this story. He told to the other company management that if Biswajeet cannot fix this issue, then nobody in our company can fix this issue. Can you do just one thing, leave him alone and go out? Then I went back onto a call with him. I went out and talked to him. What are you saying? I don't know any clue about what the issue is. Then he said, why are you worried? Is it your bread and is it killing you? And I said, if I cannot bring the servers up by morning, then what? Then he said, you don't worry, I'll bring another server. I'll make the test server as production and let their data flow. That is what they are bothered about, right? You don't worry, you keep yourself calm and fix the issue. Believe me, before the sunrise, I fixed that issue. I could figure out that was a small issue. Every bigger problem has a small solution, right? So I could fix that issue before morning, before sunrise itself. And then I worked back. I did not do much actually. There was nothing, a big thing that I did over the night and all that. But when I came back, he gave me a night owl award. And he clearly told me that I'm not giving this award for technically fixing that issue or bringing the servers back. That anyway somebody would have done. But being at client place at night during the odd hours, and you are the lone representative from our company, and they were around 20-30 people, everybody sitting on your head, dealing that situation, for that only I'm giving you this award. So that I will remember. How can you forget such a mentor in your life? Right?
No, really. Yeah. Kind of managers are, really surely a role model for us.
Absolutely. Yeah. So he was a top class mentor for me. And when I quit that company, obviously I was not happy internally, but career growth matters at times. When you get married and switch to newer roles in personal life, your professional life has to change. So I shifted for good reasons, and here also I have pretty good mentors. And their guidance every day I'm learning, and being in this leadership role, I always look forward to my previous mentor and current mentors. So without mentor, growth will be very minimal or very slow in nature.
I mean, wow, great. So you admire a lot, to your mentors. It's one mistake you made early in your career, and what did you learn from it?
I did a lot of mistakes actually, many mistakes, but I don't regret because I learned a lot of things out of that. So when I was in my first company, I would give that instance. I was being a fresher, being a bachelor, I was over the moon. I thought I have done this many certifications, I would get a job just like that. And then I went for an interview. In the first interview, I failed. Okay. Then I came back and realized, okay, I know theoretically a lot of things. Maybe there is nothing to boast about it. There are hundreds of people who know Java, thousands of people who know Java. What creates the difference in me that the interviewer will look at? That is where I learned. Maybe others would have felt bad. I felt bad, no doubt about it, because having so much of knowledge, you go to an interview and they reject you. Obviously, you feel bad about it. You feel, did I do something? Did I not learn anything? Learning was never a problem at that time, at least for that interview. But I realized that I know a lot of things, but I'm not polished. When the interviewer is cross-questioning me, I'm faltering, right? So that was one of the biggest learning. And the second learning was the one which I was citing just before this. I was panicked actually. That night I was really panicked. I was kind of shivering what to do. 30 people are behind me and I'm lone. I don't know the problem is. But then my manager, my mentor, gave me the lesson of my life. That was a mistake, that I was panicking. There is never, after that, I always tell my team also, whenever the production goes down or a severity one ticket, client will be sitting on your head, on site will be, this is super critical and all that. My manager always tell me, how can you be so calm? I said, I learned from my previous mistake. Nothing, the world will not come down for one issue or one night production down, right? So that was the mistake I did. Two things I can say. First one, I was audacious, like I was feeling like overconfident, I would say. There, I learned my mistake that I need to fine tune myself, no matter whether you know 100 pages of things or 1000 pages of things. You have to be polished in whatever you know. The questions that are asked, your answers should be confident. That is one. And second thing, never ever panic, no matter what the situation is. I have dealt with many production issues, like one of the, I can't name that company, but one of the biggest $1 billion company, the world's, I can say, in top 5 company. Their servers came down on their big billion day. When there is a sales, the servers went down and they had a lot of nasty comments going around in the social media. But the manager who were leading us, he was the director of the company. The way he managed, everybody was panicked. Like, people are scolding you on the social media, such a big name and fame company. And because of let's say we 10 or 20 odd people, the manager said, guys, we know the problem, let's fix it. Forget about the social media. Don't switch on. That's how you deal with problems, actually, real life also, and also in technical life.
Correct. What advice would you give to students who are unsure about their career or maybe, future direction?
Yeah, this is the very great question which I have answered in my parenting book, actually. But you are asking me this one from the student perspective.
Yes,
I can relate to it. Why? Because in our generation, parents used to choose our career. The way, for me, doctor was chosen. Though I could not, but that career was chosen. Recently, I'll give you a small instance. One of my cousin brother, his daughter passed out PUC. Then they were asking, means people were asking, these days people ask the kids, right, what career do you want to pursue, or what is that you love, and all that, right? These days, that is the trend going on. And yeah, kids don't like to listen to parents what they have thought of the career, but they want to choose by themselves. But this is where the problem happens with the new generation kids. One day I got a call at 10 p.m. from my brother, okay, and he called next day to his home. Why? Because that young lady wanted to become a lawyer. Okay, he was a science graduate. He did well, 95% throughout. And he was suddenly, because that was never even heard before. Okay, then I could not understand what happened suddenly. Why lawyer? Where from it came? Then I went next day and I asked him what happened. No, I want to become a lawyer and I want to pursue law. I said, very good, fine about it, but can I know why lawyer? They said, no reason, but I love it. I said, good. If you love it, then fine, go ahead and do it. But did you see Jolly LLB last night, or maybe 3-4 days back? Then he nodded. Yes. How do you know that? I said, okay, now I can understand where from that career option is coming. So that is where actually these days the kids are leading up. They are unable to find out a proper career for themselves because they get distracted with the external motivations. So my advice to them would be, it is not very easy at the PUC level, at 18 years old kid, to choose a career. What I would suggest is that go back, do your own homework. Don't get influenced. Somebody is saying, see, that agricultural, organic farming is the next day thing, or data science is the next day thing, or hacking is the next day thing. Somebody is suggesting something, don't get influenced. Don't watch a movie and next day decide. Even if you like a movie, I love Bollywood movies. They inspire me a lot, actually. Even if you like Dhoni hitting a 6 at the last ball, but go back and do your maths. How good are you at? I always give a diagram. I wish I could have shown you here, but yeah, that is where you find your mojo. I read it from a book. Like, what is your passion? What is that the career option that you are choosing? And what is that the intersection between them? Does it fit? If not, then change the career option. Look for something else. then only you will be able to figure out which is the best match. It cannot be always the thing that you want in your life. That never happens. I never thought that I'll become a software engineer. I never thought that I'll write to books and publish over Amazon and people will read and admire. I never thought that I will address some 400, 500 students in an auditorium. Never in my wildest dreams I could have thought that. But what happened? That was there as a passion inside me, and I never let that go up, right? But I chose software engineer because you have to lead the life. You have to be certain about something that can lead your life. If your bread and butter is taken care and some extra things are taken care, then definitely if you want to pursue law, do it. Who is stopping you? If you want to pursue as a teacher, do it in the part-time. Who is stopping you? But never take that decision to choose a career with any external influence or without doing proper math. Overnight, never choose a career. Take some time, do it yourself. Write down the pros and cons, write down what you like, write down how good you are at something. What I say, even if you are at 70% plus and you love doing that, there is an option for that career, then go for it. You need not be 100% to choose a career, but there has to be a proper career option. And then if you are confused, go and find a mentor. Most of the time what happens when you talk to your parents deal in a different way because they are your parents, right? Go and talk to your teacher whom you love, whom you think can suggest you rightly, right? Go and talk to them. Go and talk to some seniors. If you want to choose a doctor career, you are talking to someone who wants to be a software engineer. How can he advise you whether you should become a doctor or not? Don't do that mistake. If you want to choose a career, deliberately go and talk to people who have done that in a best possible way. Don't go and talk to someone who have tried 4 times and after that he got that career option. Never. Or else at least find someone in your family, outside your family, in your school, in your relative circle, someone who you can relate to. He or she can actually give you the correct advice. Should you choose that? No. Again, come back, do your maths. Take some time to choose a career option. It's a career because it will stay with you for your rest of your life. If you do that in a hasty, obviously the option will not work out well. So my one line advice is do it yourself. Don't get influenced by external motivation. And whenever you are in confusion, talk to people, come back, do your homework, and then choose.
Yeah, these days students are influenced by so many things, right?